Hi guys. Hello, how's everyone doing? Can you hear me? Can you see me okay? Hi guys. Welcome, welcome. Hi, so let me know how you've been, where you're from, what's been happening energetically for you guys. So I'm just going to put my phone on airplane mode. Hi guys, hello, welcome. Thank you for being here. Today I've got my Harry Potter mug. So this mug is super cool. You can't see it now because my I drink barley coffee and matcha, has gone cold. But when it warms up, the Patronus, Harry's Patronus appears. So I think that's very cool. Hi guys, hello, welcome. Thank you for being here. Yeah, let me know how you've been, where you're from. I just recently posted a video today actually on what's going on. There's a very, very, very big heart opening and psychic expansion activation that's happening through the collective. Hello from Belgium, Portugal. So if some of you have been, heightened your psychic senses, or you're feeling more emotional, more empathy, the heart's been opening and expanding, a lot of crying, a lot of releasing. So definitely like a lot coming through like that. Hello from Malta. Thank you for being here. Hello from Belgium. Hello from Sweden. Hello from heaven. Yeah. So that's something that's, shifted since last week that I've noticed and that has been coming through to me as well. Hello from Germany. And I was speaking to a colleague of mine recently, actually earlier today, and she was also saying that a lot's going on with the planets. Venus is going out of retrograde. I think Mars has been going in and out of retrograde, and there's stuff that was coming up last year in November and towards the end of last year is actually resurfacing now, kind of like a tail energetic end of it to be observed and to be cleared. So I thought that was quite interesting as well. Hello from Singapore, Norway. Struggling with relationships. Okay. Hello from New York, Brooklyn. Okay. Crying. Hello from Texas. Thank you, April, for sharing your story. Okay. Yeah. So last week I spoke about karmic ties and unions. Hello from Holland. Hello from India. Hello from Norway. Thank you for being here. Yeah, so I'm going to expand a little bit on that. If you missed it, the live is up on my YouTube channel. You can have a look at it. So today I'm going to kind of like expand on where I left off and talk a little bit more about divine unions, about twin unions, and how I understand them, what I've seen from my own experience, how they work. And again, guys, you must always take this with a pinch of salt. This is my experience, my understanding, what has come through to me. I don't really do any external research when it comes to topics. And if I'm meant to know some information, it will come directly through to me just because I have my own channel. So my guides are like, well, we'll send you what you need to know. And if you need to know something else, then, I can ask and then I'll be sent in whatever way is aligned for where I am and for how I need to express it, if it makes sense. So I will be taking relationship questions as well, but just let me first get through a little bit of some of my teachings and what has come through. So first of all, coming through from the karmic attachments and cycles and karmic partners, I want to give my sound, is it okay? Is that better, guys? Can you hear me okay? There is some mic interference. Okay. I don't really know what I can do, but I do actually have I do actually have a microphone here. Oops. Oh, but this is for my phone. Is that better now? Is it better? Let me know if it's better. If not, I do have a microphone thing here, but I don't know if I can connect it or how it works, because there's, okay, let me actually see, guys. Maybe this will work. Eh? Oh, accessory, yes, allow. Okay, there's two here. Does anyone know which one I should use? Okay, is it working, guys? I don't know if it's actually working or not. Hello, 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 hello. Anyone hold the button down and turn it on? Okay, there isn't a button? Oh yes, there is. Okay, okay, okay. Okay, so I've held the button down, but it doesn't light. Oh, this one's got a light on it. Okay, can you hear me? Can you hear me? You got me? Is it better? Okay, you can hear me better. Okay, let me just zip this on me. Okay, is that still okay? Am I still crackling? Is there still like static cracking? I thought this was gonna fix it. Is it better? Okay, so I'm not cracking anymore. Oh, it's still cracking, but it's better. Okay. What can the cracking be, guys? Okay, someone says, I don't think I need the micro. It's a slight interference. Well, I've put it on now, so if it is better, then that's great. But it would be interesting to know what the cracking is. Oh, my phone's too close to the PC, but my phone's on airplane mode, so I don't think it's that. Let me move it, though. Is it fine? Okay, okay, you guys say it's fine. Okay, electrical. I'm wondering what it could be. Yeah, maybe it's just my frequency, guys, like and the planets. But if it's better and you can hear me okay now, I'm going to carry on talking. Okay. Okay, it's pretty better. Okay, awesome. Thanks, guys. Okay, so yeah, with regards to it is less okay. With regards to codependency and karmic attachments and things like that. I think what I want to also give you guys is a few techniques and tools to be able to clear that. So I find that when you come to the conscious awareness and understanding of a karmic bond or karmic experience with someone, and after it's kind of like released and you're in that space where you're struggling, you don't know how to let go, you know, you're feeling still that person in your field, but it's not healthy. There's a few different ways. I find that forgiveness works really well, whether it's forgiveness for yourself, forgiveness for, you know, the person, forgiveness for the experience, and just really working with the heart-centered expansion, working with patience, working with compassion towards yourself and towards the whole experience. I find that generally really helps. Then doing anything that really has to do with energetically cutting the cords. So there's a lot of different ways that you can do cord cutting or cord releasing. I personally, when I do cord work, I don't cut them. I actually pull them out. Because if you cut them, it can be a little bit traumatic for the energy field. So it's better to actually just pull them out. And then also understanding that for some karmic partners, the cord can't be released or cleared, but it can be neutralized. And you neutralize it by working through the heart, sending forgiveness, sending love, sending compassion to yourself, to the experience. And releasing any form of like low vibrational frequency emotion that you will have towards this person, whether it's the attachment, whether you like feel anger towards them, resentment, disappointment, guilt. So family, for example, that's a good question. Thank you, Ankili, for asking that. Cords with families can't be cut. And the reason is because you actually pre-contracted and agreed to come through in this lifetime with family members and with those members of your family. But the cords can be made inactive. And remember, guys, because it's a family member doesn't necessarily mean that they have to be in your field. You can forgive, but you don't have to forget if they've hurt you, and you're not in a space where it's healthy and they're toxic and codependent, or whatever it is that their patterns. You can forgive them, but you can still keep them at a distance. It doesn't mean that you have to forget what they've done to you. Okay. With regards to deceased partner, it's a little bit different. That's really got to do with the contracted agreement that you guys have. But what I have learned is that when someone dies, there's always some kind of energetic reverberation that stays behind in some timeline. And through that thread, you can connect to them, whether they've passed on, whether they're here, whether they've reincarnated, whether they've left the planet. It doesn't matter. There will be some energetic reverberation of the version of the person that has passed on that you're aware of. And even if their soul has moved on, you can still connect to them. So I don't know if that helps. You can ask if you have like specific questions or your experience. I will take those after I'm done kind of like explaining a little bit. Okay. So clearing and releasing the cords, working on forgiveness for yourself, for the relationship, for the experience, and all of that. A lot of the times, codependency and toxic unions I find are formed within the sacral, whether it's like a sexual union, whether it's attached to the lack of self-worth and self-love and self-trust. I find that a lot of the times the distortion and the trauma is present within the sacral. So by doing sacral work, sometimes you can really, really clear a lot of the toxic codependency patterns. And what I also find is when they do come from parallel past, previous, and future lifetimes, they do also tend to anchor within the sacral and sometimes the root as well. So if your sacral is nicely and well balanced, it's going to be a lot easier to avoid any kind of like traumatic partnership experience, any codependency pattern, or anything that really is toxic in that way within a union. And then obviously when this is very out of balance, it goes into the narcissistic codependency and abuse and all of that. So I work with a lot of women who've come out of abusive relationships, and very often it's mostly it's a very big imbalance in the sacral that needs to be cleared and healed. And a lot of the time these women, they also struggle with their cycle. It's irregular. They can't clear properly. So that's another sign. If your sacral is out of balance, your hormones are probably also going to struggle in some way. Okay. So I can get free of family with removing unhealthy cords and leave it clean. Well, I mean, I don't know what your definition of free of family is. But you can, I'll get to questions in a little bit. So maybe if you can give me a little bit more detail on that, I can help in a bit better. Now I want to move on to divine unions. I want to speak a little bit more about divine unions. So divine unions will have alignment of purpose. This doesn't mean that you need to be in the same job and line of work, but there needs to be core belief systems and values that align, being kind, being gentle, aligning with how you want to raise your kids if you're planning on having kids. There needs to be an alignment in values and purpose and how you see the future as well. Because if you see yourself living in Australia and your partner sees themselves living in the tip of South Africa, there's not going to be alignment there. Do you know what I mean? And you can compromise, but you still want to be truthful and in integrity with your own path, your own mission, your own sense of direction, where it is that you need to go. And you need to kind of like measure where it is that this union is taking you, and if it is really in alignment of where you do want to go. And how do you find that middle ground and that alignment? Through communication. This is what I've learned in my own personal experience. Communicate, communicate, communicate. Even if you feel like you're over communicating, because misalignment, mistrust, misjudgment, all of that happens when there's lack of communication. If there's communication and clarity, it doesn't matter how difficult it is sometimes, then there can always be a way to move forward together. If there isn't, there's really not much, and then because lack of communication brings lack of trust, and then if you don't have trust in a union, you don't really have much to build on. So I think that's really important. Letting go of control is also another really important one, in order to be able to surrender in the union, and not needing to control aspects of the union, of the person. You can still obviously control, yourself, and, be disciplined and be structured, but there needs to be a letting go of control within any aspect of the union, just like surrendering and allowing for things to be. Also, guys, if the content resonates and you appreciate it and you really like it, please send me super chats. It does help for me to be able to come and keep doing these lives for free, because I'm actively choosing, to take time out of my sessions and of my, energy work, where I do make an income, so that I can come here and offer these for free. So even if it's as small as like, $1, $2, $3, it really does help support me and keep on giving for free to the collective, because I do give a lot of my time does come for free, and I love it, and I will keep doing it. But if the content resonates and you appreciate it and you want to keep hearing more, then super chats really, really help me. So thank you for that. The concept of having inner union before outer union, before a union with someone. So having union within yourself, feeling complete, feeling whole, feeling like you're in a space where you're happy alone and you don't need, and this is from what I spoke about last time, the releasing attachment, the external validation, the societal programming, the feeling like you need something external to validate and to feel worthy. And when that gets taken away from you, whether it's a relationship, there's this big hole that's left that needs to be filled with self-love. And this brings me into the concept of the twin union and the twin union with source consciousness. So there are twin flames, like it's a thing, like it's real and it's happening. So I'm not going to debate on that and say, no, it's not real, or it is. It's very real. I know couples who are in divine twin unions. However, the concept has been really distorted. It's been plagiarized and put in a way for people to monetize from it and, get financial gain from it and whatnot. Now, don't get me wrong. I think, we all are doing this from a heart-centered space. But, there's some aspects and concepts that, thank you, Karina, for the beautiful super chat. Really greatly appreciate it. Thank you so, so much. There are some concepts and spaces. I think there was a documentary actually on Netflix that spoke about these people that were doing like this twin flame scam group or something. And it was, that, like, for me, I was like, oh my goodness, like, I cannot believe, like, it came out maybe a year or two ago. Anyway, I'm first going to explain a really important concept, which is the twin union with source consciousness. What does this mean? Okay. So this is from where the twin flame, process that got taken and distorted and changed and shifted. So when you come into the twin union with source consciousness, so when you leave source and you separate and you have the abandonment wound of separation from source consciousness and you incarnate as a single being, and then, you forget your memories and you come here on earth and you're in the school of learning. And there comes a point where, and some people are also already born like this. A lot of energy workers learn this through work. Some never get there, and that's also okay. That's their journey and their path. But what happens is your heart chakra opens up to a certain extent, it opens up to a certain degree, that you are then able to merge back to source consciousness from your heart chakra. And what happens when you are in that space, you start operating from a space of unconditional love. It's not about you. There's still obviously ego, because you need to be anchored into the 3D, and the ego is a necessary part of that, but you're not operating from a space of ego. I'm just going to use the example for me. I'm not doing energy work to make money. I'm doing energy work to assist the collective. Yes, it's great. It's good that I can make money and I can live and, support my family with it. But that's not why I'm doing it. That comes after. If you operate from the space of unconditional love, and when you are merged back with, source consciousness, and you are in this twin union with source, it's not about you as an individual anymore. It's about a mission. It's about the collective. It's about the greater good. And that goes beyond your selfish needs as a human incarnated on earth, because you know and you understand and you're in surrender, and you're divinely supported, you're divinely guided, and that doesn't matter what happens, if you work from truth and from integrity and from this twin union space of merging with source consciousness, everything is going to align. Everything will sort itself out, but it comes with a tremendous degree of trust with yourself, and trusting source, and trusting the process, and releasing fear, releasing guilt, releasing judgment, releasing self-sabotaging and limiting belief systems. And unfortunately, we don't get taught to do that. We get taught, that we need to rely on external things for validation. So again, it comes back to that. So once you go back into this, thank you, Allison, for the beautiful super chat. Greatly appreciated. Thank you so, so much. So this is really important to understand, because this is, in my understanding, where a lot of the distortion with the twin flame and twin union comes from, so again, understanding this twin union, okay, it's possible, it's real. Again, I've got colleagues and friends who are in these unions, and from what I understand, they are very, very highly evolved beings that have come here on earth for this purpose, and to merge, and to then creatively create collectively, and they are part of the same soul. They were one soul at once. I also believe that there can be more than one. I believe that maybe not necessarily incarnated here on earth, but I believe that it could have been one soul, and then can be divided in maybe 3, 4, or 5 different parts, and and then you'll have your consciousnesses, your raw collective, and your Christ consciousness, which is a merging of souls. So I believe that sometimes it can happen that souls like that decide to split up and then come down, and then different people are different strains of that soul. It's very complex, and it's the same when you look at ascended masters and ascended beings. The way they come down, there are different strains of them, so they divide in maybe hundreds, and this is why hundreds of people also have recollection of memory of being Buddha. They might be a strain incarnated of him, or they might be accessing a collective memory within the Akasha. That's a whole other ball game and understanding. So what happens is, let's just, for the sake of this conversation, we're talking about twin flames, that there's two, because of the consciousness evolution of these souls and of these beings, when they come on earth, there won't really be much of that drama and chase and torture and, oh my God, this person's avoiding me and he's treating me like this and he's a narcissist, but he's my twin. No, that's karmic. And sometimes karmic can feel stronger than a twin union, especially in the beginning, because the karmic will have the synchronicities, but the souls who have evolved into that space and are here to merge as union, yes, there can be separation. I'm not saying there can't be separation. There can be separation, but there won't be any of that, drama and push and pull and come and go and leave me and be with me. But I'm your twin. But this is a program. This is a new age construct and program that has been implemented in society in order for people to take these courses and say, oh, my twin is, what can I do, how can I, and maybe then you heal and you guys heal together, and then maybe you come in union. maybe it's a soul partner. A twin union will be so highly evolved that even if there is separation, there will always be a calm and grounded presence to it. There won't be a chase. There will be a learning. There will be triggers. There will be mirroring. All of that will happen, but it will come from a space of truth, from a space of integrity. There won't be any deceit. There won't be any distortion. There won't be any lying. There won't be any of all these things that happen sometimes with karmic partners. There won't be trauma bonding. They possibly the people are still moving through their own experiences. But this is a difference that this is a real twin union and how it manifests itself. Thank you, Akili, for the beautiful super chat. Really appreciate it. Thank you so much. So this is really important to understand the concept of it. And again, I don't want to take away from anyone's experience. I think that we know ourselves better and we know what it is that is meant for us, and we can feel it. We have all the answers within us. So, I don't want to undermine or undervalue. Thank you, Vivienne, for that beautiful super chat. Really, really appreciate it. Yes, that is correct. There can be misunderstandings, but there won't be lying. There won't be any of those, like really karmic, low vibrational frequency, like chase and pain and someone hurting someone else on purpose and all of that, So with a union like that, with a divine union or a twin flame union, it's about co-creating in a high frequency of love together. There won't be any distortion, There can be some triggering, some mirroring, but it's really not as the new age movement would want you to believe that it is, Yeah. And I think what's happening now, because of the vibrational frequency of the planet rising exponentially and so quickly, a lot of these unions that are happening and that have come through are new templates. So maybe the twin union template used to be like that 40, 50, 100 years ago. I don't know. It doesn't matter. It's not like this right now because of how quick, and maybe in 20 years down the line, actually, probably in 20 years down the line, a twin flame union will also be shifted and it will have a different dynamic to what it has now because of the frequency of the planet rising and shifting, So there is no absolutes, Yeah, so it's almost like as the planet is healing and clearing, the need of suffering to grow is going to be diminishing. Okay, it's going to be dissolving because the planet is healing itself, and we will learn and find ways to communicate and to heal and to navigate our experiences that don't require as much suffering. We're not. This is very, very beautiful. We're not healing through chaos. We are thriving through clarity. And this is really important. This is kind of like the space that you want to be understanding and operating from, okay? What if you feel those things are happening, but there's no distortion? It's you. Is that possible? Because you feel so out of... I don't understand what you're asking. If you can formulate that in a way that's a little bit more clear. Thank you. I still haven't really known whether or not my twin is here. Yeah, but does it matter? It shouldn't matter. What should matter is your healing, the here, the now, the being whole and attracting someone who is in that space. If it's your twin, great, amazing. If it's a soul partner, also great, amazing. If it's a divine union, great, amazing. If it's a karmic union that is a soul partner, great, amazing. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, we've been fed this story that the twin union is better than any other union. It's not. It's about choice. You choosing your life, you're choosing to navigate it with someone. And it's a matter of choosing well. Like, you need to be aware, you need to choose well, but you are a sovereign being. I think the twin union concept can be disempowering because it's also like, oh, I need someone else to be whole. I'm not whole by myself. Only when you're whole by yourself, then you are able to attract a partner that is in a divine union and alignment with you, because they are also whole within themselves, and there won't be trauma bonding. There won't be a partner attracted to that part of you that still needs healing. And again, you don't need to be like 100% healed. No one is. We're all still navigating and learning. And some healing can only be done through your partners and can only be done within these unions. But there needs to be a certain degree and level of understanding of clarity within yourself. Okay. Yeah, I can take a few questions if you guys want. Yes, there are cords that can be stored in the sacral chakra. There can be cords anywhere, really, in the system and energy field. Hi, Althea. What about two people from different culture, religion, and societal structure? There is something trigger separation happens. We need to work separating. Okay, so this is a very good question as well, Adrienne, because I have seen a lot of divine couples and twin couples actually be of very, very different religion, culture, backgrounds, even like geolocations. And part of the challenge is to bring the cultures and have the DNA coding within their energy body system and physical body, so that they can merge the two cultures, so that we then are walking towards a space of unity as a collective. So I've seen this a lot, where people from different soul tribes, different geolocations, different cultures, religions, backgrounds come together in a union and have to navigate the very 3D world and density of the different culture. And why is that important? Because it will help them in clearing their own programming so that they can come in union from this clean state. So yes, that is actually a thing that comes through a lot in twin unions. They can be from really complete opposite and different backgrounds. Sorry, I'm just going to make a note of that. Okay. Okay, is there any other questions? I'm going to pull through a little bit of code now. I feel like on my healing journey, I may be distorting things with my partner because of my fears and not trusting. Is that possible? So the first thing that comes to mind with regards to that is actually take some space. If you're not sure if it's you or them or what's going on, take some space, remove the person from your field. Doesn't have to be forever. It can be as quick as like a few days or a week, and then see. And then that's when you're going to get clarity. You're going to struggle to get clarity if this person is consistently in your field. So that would be my advice with regards to that. You're welcome. You're welcome. What are the signs that we are in line with meeting our divine counterpart? That's also a very good question. I think a good one to understand is when you've cleared a lot of your attachments and when your boundaries are really firm, like you know what you want, you're not settling for anything less. If something comes in your peripheral and you recognize where you're getting tested, so you're recognizing, oh, this isn't for my highest alignment, this isn't good for me, I'm going to refuse it straight away. So when you start saying no to a lot of things, you start to actually call in something that is directly aligned for you. You're welcome. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to give you guys a little bit of time to ask more questions if you have anything. Can you talk about types? I have heard that twins are not normally your type initially. That's, yeah, I mean, it can be. Sometimes they can even look very similar to you. Sometimes you can literally have similar features to your twin and divine counterpart union. There's no kind of like law or rule. Sometimes you can look very, very different. Sometimes you can look very similar. Sometimes you can be different ethnicities, different backgrounds, or sometimes you can grow up in the same neighborhood and known each other since you were 2 years old. It's a lot, okay? My sacral chakra is affected. Could it be surgery for my kidney transplant? It's difficult. I'd have to go into your field to see that. That's a little bit beyond something that I can answer on this. But I'll see you in Bali, so I can see when we're there. How do you know if you cut ties with someone? You'll feel it in your field. You'll feel almost a sense of peace when you speak about that person. You won't, when you think about them, they won't be around and present as much. Yeah, there will be, you'll feel neutral when it's around the person's energy, or when he gets nominated or she gets nominated or brought up. Can a karmic relationship be with a soulmate? Yes. Okay. Are the symptoms I feel nowadays my ex-partner's energy? Again, I would have to go in your field to know that. You're welcome to book a one-on-one session if you want, and then I can answer that for you. Hi, Whitney. Thank you for being here. Yeah, just before I go into some channeling, Audrey's going to leave the link below here. I still have some slots open for Bali. It's going to be really, really powerful. It's happening in September 13th to the 19th of September. It's going to be in Ubud. And you're going to be with me 24/7. So you can ask me any questions. I can channel anything for you. I'm going to be holding some workshops. There will be a lot of ancestral clearing, karmic clearing. We're going to really, really deep dive into what it is that is needed for you, how you can access your gifts. Like, you really will have access to me like the whole time. So you can ask me anything and learn anything. And yeah, I'm just going to always be there, and we'll be doing some sound healings. I'll be doing a lot of light language. I'll be also working with the sacred shamanic hape. So there'll be some plant medicine. It's shamanic tobacco and mapacho. It will be optional, but that's very, very powerful. And a few people who were in Costa Rica with me also felt the effects of it and worked with it. So I'm very, very excited to share this and see who aligns to be there. Okay. Planning to be in Europe. Actually, guys, I'm going to be in Ibiza in June. So if any of you are in Spain, if any of you want to come for a one-on-one, I will be in Ibiza for about 2 weeks in the middle of June. If you want to book for a one-on-one and are going to come there, please send me a DM or email me from my website or contact me. I'll make a plan for you. I've got a few days where I'm going to be working on people. And yeah, we can arrange that. That's my only European date at this current moment in time for this year. I don't think I will be making any other European dates or appearances. I don't know if I'll be going through at the end of the year. I will probably be in the States again from January next year. So I will most likely not be in Europe again. So if you're in Spain and you want to come and see me there for a one-on-one, then yeah, please let me know. Okay, guys, I'm going to pull through some code and just anchor in all this information. It's going to assist with karmic clearing. And also, guys, I'm doing my light language training also that's happening in LA in October. Payment plans are available for that. If Audrey can drop in the link. Releasing, opening, releasing, opening, releasing, opening, opening, opening. Opening, Niorokrat, Kria Sekorokoa Ishenaya Tract, Triatre ot Croakie Ishenaya Tra, Triatre Koroko Ia Ishiataka Sekora Yetara, Ria Reatra, Treyatre Umra, Sia Ishekrokot Croa Ishenaya Tra. Yo rat crua quietare shekora isietarat shkrukua ishenayatra triatic oroko clean releasing opening. Okay, I'm working on the throats now. Clean releasing opening kia croa kienaya shekrokoa tierra tract shkrukua ishetara siekrokoa tierra tre Nia nre at cru aishe yatarai, shkruku aishe na yatrakt, kri asek orok umaisia, shkruku aishe rayatra, releasing, opening, rat crua aishe takre, shkruku aishe na yata, yasheko re rai, rayatre tata, yasheko roku aisha, shkru aishe na yatra, Shkrua Ishenaya Tratre releasing, opening rat kia Isherayatra, Shkrukua Ishenayatra, Treat Kiero Korokot Krakre Sia Krua Kieratrai, Shkrua Ishenayatra, rat kia Ishero Korokoa Ishia, Shkrua Ishenayatra, Krea Kiek Oro Isherayatra, Shkrukua Ishenayatra. being, releasing, anchoring, grounding, yo, 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 opening, trusting, codes of trust coming in, anchoring, yo, 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 nrat, kriya, ishira yatra, shukruku, aishina yatra, re, yo, 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 na, yo, 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 na, yo, 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 rat, kriya, se, grounding, anchoring, shukruku, aishina yatra, yet, rat, kriya, tre, yo, 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 Shkrua ishirayata. Yo na sheto koro krat krea sir koro ishirayatra. Shukra ishirayatra. Shukra ishirayatra. Shukru ishirayatra. Thank you for the beautiful super chat. Not a thing. Really greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much. Yes, this was also chakra clearing. Vomited after the happy, very intense. Yeah, it can happen. You can sometimes what happens, people energetically gag and just pull like like that, and it comes out. Sometimes you will sneeze. I usually get people to do it on empty stomach so that if they do gag, it will just be energetic. Thank you, M, for the beautiful super chat. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for also being here on Earth, and for the lovely butterfly and rainbow and mermaid princess. So thank you, guys. Yeah, so I'll take one or two more questions. I've got a little bit of time. So just know, guys, next Monday I won't be on because I am going to be in the desert doing grid work for just over a week. I am still running my fundraiser to help me support going to the desert. If either can leave the link below here. It is same as the Light Language Ascension training. It's just $9.99, and it really helps in supporting me. And you guys can stand a chance to win up to $5,000 worth of energy healing. I will release the winners. Thank you, Laurie, for a beautiful super chat. Really greatly appreciate it. I will release the winners for it when I get back, so around mid-May. And you can win all sorts of things, from one-on-one sessions, access to all my workshops from ever that I've always done. It's like 200 hours worth of content. You can stand a chance to win your personalized light language code as well, digital code to download. So there's a lot of things that you can win. I go back every year. I do a lot of work in the desert. I'm also working on the collective. I'm not just working on the land. I work on a lot of people that are there, and through them, I work through the ancestral lineage and the families, and it's very, very complex. I'll get back and I'll speak about it on a live. And what I think I'm going to do is the next live, because I'm missing next Monday, and the Monday after, I probably will still be integrating. Just for that week, I will go live on Tuesday, the 6th of May. Obviously, it will come up here and I'll activate the reminder. And then from there, I will start doing my Mondays at the same time as well for the whole of May and for the first 2 weeks of June. And then when I'm in Europe, I will. Thank you, Crispy, for the beautiful super chat. Really greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much. You guys are the best. It really, really helps so much for me. Your kitten came to receive codes. You put the phone by Jungle to receive the codes as well. Yeah, definitely. Thank you. Yeah, if you can get a raffle ticket. Is burping a lot a sign of release and of what? Yeah, it's just energy moving through you. So you clear a lot through the solar plexus and through the throat chakra. The solar plexus is because also when you project through the astral, you actually leave the body through the solar plexus. So a lot of energy gets cleared through here. You will see energy workers in me when I'm clearing, I'm moving energy up and out, and I'm moving out of my solar plexus. And so that's how it goes through the stomach, and it's just air that is transmuted. It needs to be transmuted, it needs to be clear. So it comes up as burping, yawning, coughing, gagging, screaming, crying, tearing. You can clear through your sinuses. The reason why a lot of energy workers burp and cough and clear like that is because it's controlled. So, and I was having this conversation with my partner recently. It's quite interesting because I was saying, I don't get sick ever. I don't actually get sick. And if I do get sick, it's like 10 hours and then it clears. You know, the reason I don't get sick, it's because I clear so much consciously and in a way that is aware. So I choose when to clear. And when energy comes through, I clear it already by coughing, burping, gagging, yawning. So my body doesn't need to get sick to clear it, because that's what's happening when you're getting sick, is your body clearing, whether it's karmic, energetic. And most of the times, like, I don't really ask whether it's for me or for the collective. It doesn't really matter. I just clear it. So if you are burping a lot and yawning a lot, it's a good thing, because it means you're consciously clearing. So your body's doing what it's supposed to be doing. Your system's moving through stuff. There you go. It's moving through stuff, and by doing that, it's actually going to prevent you from getting sick. Okay. Okay, guys. Yeah, if there's any last minute questions or super chats, you're welcome to send them through now. I think I'll take another minute or two. Again, guys, reminder for my Bali retreat. I'm very excited. I've never been to Bali. I did Costa Rica last year. This year I'm doing Bali. I don't know what I'll do next year. It was so funny because they sent me Bali last year. As I was in the last 2 days of the Costa Rica retreat, I downloaded that the next one had to be in Bali. So I was like, okay, well, I guess that's where I'm going. So it was really beautiful to see. I'm tentatively going to say this. It's not up yet, but in May, I will have up an event for the 8/8, which is going to be for the Lionsgate portal. So tickets for that will be available. I'm going to have guest speakers on. It's going to be about a 6 to 8 hour conference online. So I'm very excited for that. So just keep an eye out when, that'll come out, and I'll start promoting it. Okay. Okay, thank you, guys. I love you. So thank you, Daniel. Thank you for being here. Thank you, guys. I love you so much. Thank you. Thank you for the love and the super chats and the hearts. And I feel really blessed to be a part of this community, and how important this community is, and how important you are for each other. And how much it has grown, like not just for me, but the whole Starseed community and the healing community collectively in the past few years. When I started putting my stuff online, it was 2017, and there were maybe like 10 light language channelers out there. Now there's like tens of thousands. So really beautiful. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Okay. Thank you so much for being here. I love you. I see you. I appreciate you. Thank you. And we'll connect soon, and I'll see you soon. Okay. Bye.